Coffee questions and answers here on the Coffee channel. I'm Jay, your host, and today is April 22nd, is that right? 22nd? Something like that. And we're on the road again with buckets in the back because we've got some more deliveries to make, and I'm here back in the Ellicott City, Maryland area. We seem to come here a lot to Ellicott City. How's it going? Hope everything's going well. And we're hunting down coffee as a crazy person would. Just whatever's out here. I'm on Route 40, which is kind of like this old route that runs, I don't know how far it runs across the country, but it's pretty far, and it goes all the way East Coast and then up a little bit, and then now it comes across. So it kind of comes east and west and then goes up north into Delaware, and then, but here at this part it's going west. So we're going west, headed towards California. Power plant, good morning to you, Peter. Peter's always trying to sleep. Maku, how are you today? Good to see you. So I'm here trying to see, are there any spots that we haven't hit that I have missed so that we can check it out and see what we might be able to see. Power plant says, long live the interstate road system. I have to say, one of the interesting things here, so not too far from here, parallel to this street right now, this road right now, is an interstate called Interstate 70. And 70, I think, is one of the longest in the United States. And it starts very close to where I am right now. And it runs west. And I used to think when I was younger, didn't know any better. I thought it ran all the way to California, but it runs to Colorado. No, it runs to Utah through Colorado. And last year when I was in Utah, I was driving up the 5 from Vegas, and there it was. Oh, there, we're going to Rogan. Okay, and there was the other terminus of Interstate 70. So I was able to go there and, hey man, I was able to go there and grab a photograph from the other side of the interstate. There's kind of, if you're from Baltimore and you know where 70 begins, it's kind of a cool idea, right? It's kind of neat. We're going to go to a place here I just spied called Rogan Art, which is this European bakery. Started out in Mount Washington, Baltimore, and the Mount Washington neighborhood of Baltimore, and they've been building a lot of locations. And it's fairly decent, I think, so we're going to come in and check it out. One of my regulars at Spro became the manager of the very first Rogan Art. So I knew, this one regular of ours, he was a really funny guy, John. He would come to the shop and he'd be like, he's very particular about his cappuccino. He always had to have it just right. And I mean, he really wanted the traditional cappuccino, 6 ounces, rule of thirds, 155 degrees, really just right, like perfect. And so he would come in and, like, if the staff didn't make it perfectly, he would ask them to, he's always very nice, but he would ask them if he would remake it. And they would, of course, if you came to Spro and you had a problem with your drink, we would happily remake that for you. But it was funny because after that, I knew that I could always come to Rogan Art when he was the manager and get a proper cappuccino. I don't know if that's true anymore, but that was certainly true a few years ago. John now runs, I think, he's part of the team at a place here in Baltimore called Pantry. It's a British themed cafe. The owners are from the UK, and they bring very much authentic English style food, breakfast. You get the crumpets. It's pretty. We featured on a live stream a few months ago, last summer, when I was staying at my brother's house, because it's fairly close to there. Okay, we need some cash. Some cash here. Peter says, what sort of spots haven't you? When it comes to the overall world of coffee, I really haven't hit a lot because, most of it, I'm much more adventurous when we're doing our live streams than I am in real life. Like I won't go to a lot of, I probably wouldn't go to a lot of places and have coffee because, I'm scared. I'm scared of, what it is? It's just like with anything. It's always about mitigating disappointment rather than exploring and finding serendipity. Okay, so, we should show you the word it looks like. So it looks like here, standalone building. Let's go inside. Ooh, we've got some pastries. Hey, how's it going? Ooh, look at that. Mushroom Wellington. Ham and Swiss croissant. I might have to get one of those. Bacon Gruyere swirl. Ooh, maybe that's better than the Dutch pretzel. Oh, croissants. Pain chocolat. Almond. Chocolat pain frangipane. Oh my God, dude, this is like Reese's cocoa croissant. Oh, that's interesting. Pain raisin. Apple Danish. Raspberry, cheese, Boston cream, Schnecki, lemon Danish, peach Boston Danish, fruit Danish, peach almond tart, quiche Laurent. Oh dear. Yeah, there's even apple strudel back there. Oh God, what is there to choose? What do you guys think would be good here? Mom, good morning. Dev, good morning. George, good morning. What's the population here in Ellicott City? I'm not sure, but the Baltimore generally the Baltimore metropolitan area, I think, is like 2 million overall. There's cookie. Look, croissant with the cookie, with a chocolate chip cookie baked on top of it. Brownie, oatmeal raisin, vegan croissant. Means they use margarine, I believe. Gosh, there's like so many delectable looking things here. I'm gonna get the ham and maybe the bacon Gruyere. That's different than a ham and cheese croissant. And then maybe, what should we get? The chocolate frangipane, or maybe one of these other Danishes. What do you think? Yeah, broken art is quite fancy. No, I'm just here to buy some coffee and stuff. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Let's look at the menu. Let's see what the menu says. So espresso, we have espresso. Espresso in 12 ounce. Don't know what that means. That sounds scary. Hopefully that doesn't. Cappuccino, 12 ounce. I think a traditional coffee. Oh, here, overbaked, 50% off. 50% off. Oh, 50% off. Look at that. All right. Look at that one. Oh. Oh, here's some strudel. Jesus, that one looks good. Oh, did we order? Some pickle. Hey, so do I order here or there? Do I order here or there? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. That's why I was looking around. Oh, there's even more. Refrigerated. So do you have a favorite coffee here? Do you? Yeah, but I don't care about what's popular. What do you like? So if you were to have a caramel latte, what would you eat with it? No, I'm saying you. What would you eat? But with a caramel latte, you eat that? Almond croissant. How is this bacon Gruyere? Is it good? Okay. All right, I'll have one of those. And then to go, please. What else do we want? We want something sweet. How about something different? How about like this Reese's croissant? What do you think? I'm sorry? Yes, yes. I would like to have. Let me try this Reese's croissant. The Reese's croissant, and then how about a latte?
With flavor or just plain latte? No flavor?
No flavor.
Just plain latte?
Just plain latte, please.
Which side? Small, medium, or large?
Medium, please. Yeah, medium.
One hot, right? Hot?
Hot, yes, absolutely. Hot, absolutely.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
I got 3 items right there.
Great.
Do you have a name?
J.
Jay? Oh, this to go, right? To go?
To go, yes.
16.
Ooh, strawberry custard. That is good too.
$3.28.
All right, thank you. All right, we will now be waiting for our order. So let's have a sit down. So here you can see the shop itself. Nice decor. Yeah, Ellicott City is actually a more of a town. It's just called city. It started out as it actually started out by these 3 brothers that came down from Bucks County many years ago, the Ellicott brothers, and they opened up milling operations for flour, wood, things like that. So it used to be called Ellicott's Mills, and then over the years, after they lost control of their business and the town grew, that they eventually incorporated the change, or I don't know if it's incorporated, but whatever, they maybe they did incorporate it, and they changed it into Ellicott City, but it's not a city like you might think is a city. It's relatively a suburban town. Yeah, today we have signal, thank goodness. Power plant says fellow just released a new espresso machine for $1,500 US. I saw that. I just saw Hoon's post about it this morning on his YouTube community post, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That'd be something interesting to at least see. It looks kind of cool. I think it has that silver. It has that silver. What do you call it? The silver group head. So it kind of looks like. Reminds me of what? It reminds me of like a Senesso or something. At least just in the brief moment that I saw it. $1,500, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I wonder what. Well, the coffee, I caramel latte. I wasn't a big fan. So they've got Monin syrup. You can kind of see the Monin syrup over there. And then I noticed that their bun brewer in the background there has a Lavazza logos all over it, and so I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. It's like, oh, could you be how? I mean, I get it. It's a European thing, so the European thing is yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, no problem. Thanks. Oh, the barista is kind of on the older side. So. Monan, but so you can see Monan, they've got a Lavazza and a Lavazza machine. Nice. So we'll see how they do for espresso. I have to say, this gentleman that's making the coffee, he looks fairly confident. I mean, what am I saying? Okay, I'm just a little. Here's my strangeness, right? So here's the thing. I'm 56 years old, so I'm pretty old, right? This gentleman making my coffee is probably similar in age. It's so unusual for me. It's so weird to see someone that's of age that is making coffee. I don't know. I've got ageism for my own self. It's terrible. It's terrible. All right, let's see. He's making your drink. Sure, that sounds great.
Perfect.
As you would have it.
Well, I want my guests to work out in store.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you. Is this your place?
I work here, but
Ah,
it's
okay.
like it's a month.
Excellent,
You
excellent,
need to be happy when
excellent, excellent.
There you go, my dear friend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
It's a
it.
wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Right, we got our stuff here. Let's go outside. Oh, Rogan Art. So there it is, Rogan Art. All right, we've got our stuff here. So here we are. Rogan Art. There it is, Rogan Art. Here on Route 40 in Ellicott City. Nice setup, very pretty. They've done a very nice job building it. I don't know if they start out with a lot of money, or they just, because they started with one little shop in this kind of renovated house on Falls Road and Washington. It was pretty kind of a terrible location, in that, you know, the parking was terrible. But they've done very well. There's like there's one location here, there's one in Columbia, Maryland, there's one in Towson, Maryland. So they've done quite a bit. The gentleman, the barista, sounds Italian when we're talking, right? And Lavazza. So this is all very Italian. And looking at the way that he made the drink, like, I don't know if I was able to catch it on the camera, but the steaming is very Italian. Like, I was like, oh, this is very Italian looking latte. And why did I get the 16 ounce? I ordered the 16 ounce because I was thinking, if I'm enjoying the drink and if I'm enjoying the pastry, I don't want to run out. Right? I don't want to run out. So it had the cocoa. The cocoa is it's a very European thing, I think. But you can see the foam, very like European style foam, meaning that it's rather light and airy, more so than, you know, more old school Italian style than the new specialty style. Okay, let's have a taste. Pleasant enough. The coffee, it's a 16 ounce latte. So the coffee, to my own detriment, the coffee is, of course, a bit washed out. The milk isn't necessarily sweeter than it would have been normally, so probably more aeration would have been good. Here's our bag. Powerplant says the menu is here. Oh, you mean the coffee menu or the I'm sure you mean the coffee menu. Well, you know, it's just, they cater to suburban customers, so. But I don't disagree. And Todd says, when I see a menu like that, I know the coffee is going to be nothing special. George Vice says that it's basically unreadable. Don't judge a bakery on yesterday's output. Oh yeah. I didn't get that. I was tempted because I was like, oh. But, you know, don't get me wrong. I have had their product before. I remember it being good. Okay, first let's get this is the bacon Gruyere. Oh, good. Kind of buttery, cheesy, Gruyere. $5. You know, Gruyere has that flavor. It's nice, but it's just kind of like, it's good. It's good. I wish there's a little more pop though in the flavor. But, you know, the crumb, very nice. I mean, the laminations are done really well. It's cooked well. I mean, it's got the nice, textural crunchiness here. Papa says, caramel latte, come on, bro. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I was like, oh, man. A lot of times I'm willing to roll with it, but I was like, oh, no, I can't do caramel latte. Especially since it's just like, flavored sugar syrup. I'm like, oh, no. And yet Monin is like considered one of the better or the best of the commercial syrups, but I'm like, oh, God, come on. Give me something more. But you know what? We're not talking about, I mean, we're not necessarily talking about a staff that's probably educated in the coffee art. So you can't, I guess I don't necessarily I have hope for deeper insight, but I don't necessarily have expectation for deeper insight. The cocoa powder doesn't really add too much to it. A little bit, just a little bit. Now, I did kind of like, revert to my American upbringing. And I wanted, we could have got the frangipane and all that other stuff, but I was like, you know what? Reese's croissant, meaning that it must have chocolate and must have like peanut butter somewhere here, which I know those of you who are not from the United States, you're like, what's wrong with you Americans and peanut butter? But when you grow up in America, peanut butter is actually a very significant part of, or at least in my generation, a very significant part of your experience growing up. So this is the Reese's, kind of nice. Oh. Well, it's like they took a Reese's peanut butter cup and just shoved it in there. Because that looks like the Reese's peanut butter cup. Melted. Even the crumbly type of peanut butter that Hershey's uses in the Reese's cup, which, if I were buying croissants at Costco, that would be great. But this is supposed to be like nice quality. And while the flavor, of course, it is a Reese's, and now that I think about it, it is a Reese's peanut butter cup because it is the flavor of Reese's. Quite literally, they've shoved the Reese's the Reese's peanut butter cup inside the croissant in this cavity. And I think there's a bit of nostalgia at play, of course, but you've got this non-Reese's, non-Hershey's chocolate enrobing or stripe drizzled on your croissant, so the flavors don't necessarily match. The quality of the chocolate doesn't match. The croissant itself is excellent. But I would have, like, it's too sweet. The Reese's is too sweet for this format. I'm glad I didn't get a sweetened drink because I was like, this is gonna be crazy. But I was expecting them. This is a Roganar. This is like doing fine European pastries. I would have expected them to do a play on Reese's with better quality Reese's, not just shove a Reese's peanut butter cup inside. It's actually a bit I'm actually quite disappointed. This is a case of choosing poorly. Peter says, I always order something I've never tried. Me, I know, but I didn't want to run out. And in that desire not to run out, in that desire for economy, I have I have result because I'm sure they only put like 2 shots, right? Just normal shots. Put that in, whether it's a medium or or large or whatever size. Same amount of shots. I know this. I'm a professional. I know this. And you know what? I still went and did it because I was more concerned about economy rather than quality. I was more concerned about running out there. And the resultant latte is relatively thin as far as, coffee to milk. So I got what I asked for. Proplan says most things at these kinds of places are going to be fine, absolutely fine, 6 out of 10. Yeah. It's agreed. This is definitely fine. George says, what did you expect? Look how young these people are who've been raised on supersized. I should have supersized it. You're probably right. George says Ellicott City is the start of the railroad in Baltimore. I don't know if it's the start of the railroad in Baltimore, but because the trains in Baltimore ran all the way. The B&O train ran all the way into the city. But there was what Ellicott City does have is the old train station on the B&O rail. I think but it is the oldest surviving train station in America today. Trains still run through the station. It's not used it's more of a museum now, but it's still an active railway. Powerplant says, above comments, I posted 2 places that Ellicott City that have good reviews. Oh, Old Mill Cafe or Cafe Columbia. I have been to Old Mill. I have not been to Cafe Columbia. Thanks for letting me know that you said something earlier that I missed. I thought about going to Old Mill today. We'll go there next time. But the other one, Old Mill or Cafe Columbia. I think Cafe Columbia, if you recall from the reviews, I think Cafe Columbia is the crepe place. It's okay. The crepes are pretty good. Like crepes, what's there to worry about? If you I don't know the world's greatest crepes, so I just get them very plainly. When I was in France, I was like, okay, this is good. I make them at home, but I have been if Cafe Columbia is a place that's across the street from the mall that especially is crepes, it's pretty good. Actually, I've only been hesitant to go there because there you kind of have to sit down. And to be honest, I'm still rather self-conscious going out and vlogging, live streaming. Like, hey, how's it going? Kent, how are you, man? Good to see you. How's everything going? Oh, now I'm losing. Marco says, I do worry about longevity with Fellow, but at least their customer service seems solid. Can't wait for reviews. Yeah, if new machine, bound to have issues like we had with the Ode, like Matt has had and other people had with the Aiden. But by all accounts and my own experience, they have stood up when the time was called. Now, I gotta say, the croissant, I love the texture of the croissant. I love everything about the croissant except for the Reese's peanut butter cup shoved in the middle of it. Like, I really wish they had done something more thoughtful. In fact, I expected, with the level of pastry that they're doing here, I expected it to be more thoughtful. And Mark says, everybody longevity, reliability. Powerplant says, and we will see how they handle ad disclosure and product placement with influencers. I was thinking more about that this morning. Now, And this, of course, has to do with woodworking because I don't really watch YouTube videos about coffee, so I don't know what's happening really. But in the world of woodworking, there is a, you finish your wood project and you put a coating of some kind of finish on it. There's this one particular brand of finish called Rubio Monocoat. And if you watch YouTubers who make woodworking projects, man, they all seem to use Rubio Monocoat, and I'm like, what is the deal here? Like, they have to be getting some. There has to be something to it. So, or Total Boat epoxy, and I'm just like, there has to be something. Like Total Boat epoxy, they do epoxy to coat boats, but a lot of these woodworkers will use, them to coat like tables. And Total Boat has this particular logo with this guy on it, and this slogan that says "Total Boat, baby." And all these videos that I see, like these guys, I'm using Total Boat epoxy, Total Boat, baby, and the graphic runs across the screen. I'm like, they can't just be doing that for free. I mean, I never checked the disclosures, but so they don't say anything in the video, but they might have a description. Peter says, cafe critic review ambiance, 3 stars. Ah, nice. It's nice ambiance, I think. I mean, we are in Ellicott City. Ellicott City is a little bit fancy of an area. You can't be too cheap around here. Unless you're dealing with the Asian community, then maybe you can get away with a little more cheapness because, the more cheaper and streamlined your place typically means the better the food is. When you make it for Americans, they want like fancy places, but maybe the food doesn't have to be so good. It's terrible. George says flaky layers of the. Yeah, I mean, I think the crumb of the laminations are done very well. Like the dough is very good. It's very enjoyable. There's nothing wrong with the. I mean, this is kind of like in a circular Danish style, but it's excellent. It's excellent. Peter says if I can pronounce it or knows what it is, that's what I'll order. I like chocolate. Well, that's why I got this Reese's Pieces or Reese's peanut butter cup, and could have done better. George says building that is a technical challenge, though. Somehow keeping the shape of the PB cup inside it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just like making a pain au chocolat, right? Once you've prepared the dough, you just basically roll it inside. You take the bar of chocolate, you roll it in the fold of the dough over it, and I don't know if it's necessarily too difficult. I'm going to say that the whole thing is fully intact. Like but really, they basically just took it, rolled it, put it in the oven. I was like, oh, come on, man. I was really hoping for something more higher level. Keone says, aloha, just watching, get ready to go to Hilo tomorrow. Oh, man, why do you rub that kind of thing in? Keone is on the way to the place where I would like to go. Actually, I called one of my friends in Hilo, Miguel Meza, and I was like, hey, man, you coming to Houston? He's like, no, dude. No, Houston. I'm staying home. I was like, you're going to stay. I said, you're going to go to Mary Monarch, aren't you? He's like, yep. And I was like, oh, gosh. So we've talked about this in the past, but Mary Monarch is a big event, cultural event in Hawaii. It's considered essentially the Olympics of hula that happens every year, where different schools of dance, or what we call hula halau, come from all across the state and sometimes from other points outside of the state. Some halau come from California. I think they've even had from Mexico and other places. They will come to compete in this, and it is the most prestigious event in the world of hula. Like if you can, dancers dream of dancing in the Mary Monarch their entire lives, and some of them never get the chance. Some of them may dream of it. They will never have the opportunity to even go to the Merimoto. Because if you want to attend, it's super difficult to get tickets. Like I've attended, but I was able to attend because my Kumu brought me, right? I didn't have before I ever got involved with it, I tried to go a few times when Auntie Dottie used to run it, and